Hi everyone, this is Order of the Week. Every week I speak about something that is initially important to me, but hopefully it's also something that is relevant to other people at the time. So I try to link every discussion to a video because this is an audio video mostly, and the video hopefully maybe help to to clarify anything that I've been discussing about that. This is maybe not completely clear, and it goes, and it normally have more details as well. I don't normally give too many details because I don't want this to become just a lecture. It's just a light discussion about something that is hopefully interesting or even relevant, is possible. But I don't want to make a lecture. I definitely try to stay away from that, because I think the visual videos may be more educative, more instructive, but this is just to point out those videos, to make an awareness, and then an initial awareness anyway, and then let anyone that is interested in the subject to find more information. And as I say, I do try to help with more information, showing videos that they have more details on the subject. And sometimes the videos are mine, sometimes they are not. So I need to be careful when they are not mine, because I don't know where the limits exactly are to showing videos for copyright property. But I think I should be safe as long as I just keep it simple, as just showing the title, which is a kind of publicity. Probably they don't need any publicity, especially not from me, but it's something, it's just publicity, because I'm not going to go into details. I will explain briefly what's happening on the video, and I'm not gonna, definitely not gonna be a spoiler of documents, or any other videos. So it was initially I saw this video about the subject I want to talk about that, and then I saw another one that is more dramatic, funny, sensationalist, in the way that it's more fun, I suppose, to watch it. But I definitely like to watch to show both, because I think it is a very, very serious subject, very worrying. But it's good to keep the discussion also lighter and entertaining, because otherwise people wouldn't engage in something that they find is overwhelming and maybe too much, which I think maybe happen in some videos. That's why I try to do this video about other videos, to summarize the ideas, but in a less overwhelming kind of way. And then you can develop the subject, and the knowledge about that yourself as much as you want it. And I try to help, showing the videos that are more in detail. It's also visual, so maybe help with anything that, because of my pronunciation, maybe it's not completely clear, I'm afraid. And the first video is not the one that you can see on this screen. This is the second one because I always have a lot of trouble to try to find the videos I'm looking to show you. And the title, because I don't normally put I cannot put the video, not completely, maybe can show a few seconds, but maybe I definitely cannot put the full video, and I'm not trying to do that, but I show you on the screen what is the video, but this is the second one, the more fun kind of video. So I wrote the first one, the title. I wrote that in this board, and the name, hopefully you can see it, is it's not in English, but I'm gonna translate the avocado, the dark side of this super food, the avocado slash the dark side of the superfood. Okay, and I wrote it in this board. Let me show it in the other camera because I just do fonts. I mentioned in previous videos that I just do fonts because I have to. But I feel I have to because they are faulty and hopefully one of them works. So the avocado, the dark side of the superfood. So yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's talking about avocados, a side that is not as positive, and it has been understood, or I did understand as a very positive thing. It was a fruit, and it was a superfood as well, so full of vitamins, very tasty, and also very very versatile, which is good as well, because it can be used in different dishes for different purpose, and also because it kind of suggests that avocado and foods like avocado can substitute meat, and apparently avocados are being very popular in vegan videos. So yeah, but the first video, the one with the title "The Avocado slash the Dark Side of Superfood," it's about a video about Chile, the country Chile, and it's funny because avocado in Spanish is aguacate, and I thought it's coming from, because agua means water in English, and I thought it was coming from water, the name. But it's not, but it has nothing to do with the water. Even have the same letters are exactly the same. Apparently the translation is the bizarrest things ever, which is but apparently translates into testicles. And I find that very strange, really, but hey, there you go. Apparently someone found this fruit and they thought it looks like testicles, and that's the name they give it. And why not? As novel as any other name. So that's it. It's nothing to do with water. However, my goodness, is very, very, very related to water, and unfortunately, not in a good way at all. In the video, they show how areas in Chile have been completely dry, like river literally disappear because they use in the growth of avocado. So that's one video. I have to say it's not only pointing out the problem. I also want to point out there is a law in Chile that allow this to happen, and I want to talk about laws. Funny enough, not last week, the week before, I talk about rules and about law, about legal frame, and I always say laws are not only to be against you, but to support you as well, And I always say we cannot ban everything. We have to bear that in mind, but it can help people to live together in a compromise relationship, and this is very important because in the video, one of the ladies say that the problem in Chile and why this is happening is because the law does allow this to happen, because water is no a common wealth, is asset, is a private asset, which means that whoever buys the land owns the water, and they can just use it completely, and once it's finished, they just move somewhere else, or maybe no, maybe they cannot move somewhere else because maybe they don't know that that's gonna happen. And this is related also with a few weeks ago I was talking about international legal frame, how countries are not meeting these international laws or rules. They are how important it is to meet these laws, because some of them is to help for environmental sustainability. It's not happening, and we can see how it's affecting areas. In this video in Chile, areas with no water at all. Water have to come in lorries for people to use it, and that's I don't know, if someone maybe cannot have an idea how difficult make life in general, because one time I was talking with my brother. I have one brother. I have a few brothers. I'm not gonna say number. I always try to keep it at the minimum details about me. Not honestly, not because I think everyone is gonna get in trouble in general. But I was thinking, that it could be always someone, that is. They take advantage of that, and I don't need that really. So I was talking with one of my brothers, and we talk about everything. We sort out the world every day after lunch, for half an hour. And he's a very smart person, which I don't consider a smart person, but he's definitely a very smart person, and he is very educated. I have education. I definitely have education, and I have a degree. But he is a smarter person, that kind of person that is natural intelligence, with good memory, especially good memory. You have an amazing memory, which I don't have it. Well, actually, I do have a good memory, but it's a long-term memory, and it's not a short-term memory. Short-term memory is linked to working memory. That's how people call it, working memory. But I have to say, it's not, for me, it's not completely right. I think working memory is both. It's long term and short term. I think you have to have both memories. Because I think, as much I do admit, I'm not a particular smart person, I think my long term memory sometimes help me to understand concepts that other people with very good short memory or working memory, as they refer to sometimes, have, and I can see how the differences are and how they can work well in different situations. And I always feel I have to explain myself about this, I always have to explain, no, my short memory is no good, but and I do that in my personal life and in my work life, because I always feel people expect you to have a very high short-term memory nowadays, which I don't think maybe always have been like this, but I think it's just more increasingly becoming very it's a high expectation to have a very good short memory, because you can see the results in situ. You can see the results in situ, because someone with short memory will be very good in to refer back to details that happened very recently, something that is recent, and very fresh to everyone. So everyone will be, it will be very relevant, every time they say something, whatever they say will be very relevant, because it has been a recent conversation, a recent details that someone have exposed. So yeah, definitely make it more immediately relevant. However, I have to say, and that's my impression, and honestly, I'm not trying to make myself more important than anyone, but I think that's my impression, that sometimes I manage to link dots. What I mean with that is that for having a good long-term memory, something that is have been mentioned today, I can link with something saying long time ago. With, I think, people with very good short memory fails to do that. I have seen it, and maybe I'm wrong. Sorry, if I'm wrong, and maybe that's not the general, and that just happened very occasionally. But I have seen the people with the best short memory to fail in links those two different points, because the previous one was quite a while ago. So, and they seem to fail in link those dots or points that are distant in long term. So, as much as I maybe not I forget, because I don't particularly forget, but I don't focus on whatever has been happening in the last few hours, the last few days, that kind of go on the back of my mind. For some reason, my memories in the long term are more present, and I can link things that happen now with things that happened a long time ago. So I always think that that's my not talent, of course, not talent, and maybe in Spain that, and maybe people are thinking, what are you talking about? Everyone is like this. Well, I don't know. For me, I think maybe more often. But I have to say, I'm not saying that it's good, because my short-term memory is no good, and that is never a good thing. Especially, as I say, nowadays, short-term memory is something that has been very highlighted. Maybe because we live in the world of this is supposed to be the generation of information. There is a lot of information constantly, and people with short memory, with good short memory, they can remember more details that have been given recently, which I fell in that, and sometimes I feel I have to explain it, because if I am put on the spot, people will notice that, and that's why when I think about it, I even become a bit emotional, really, because I think that is for myself, it feels like a shortcoming, but and deep inside me, and that's why I justify myself, I think it's no. It's just two different ways, two different memories, and I think they are just as important. I would like people to understand that. And maybe it's what people call sometimes dyslexia, because people with dyslexia apparently have problem with short-term memory. I don't know if I will get to that point when I will be diagnosed with dyslexia. There is other symptoms as well with dyslexia that maybe I don't present. Maybe I'm not entirely sure. But I don't want to be level diagnosed, even if I am qualified for a diagnosis of dyslexia. I don't want to be qualified dyslexia, because why is that? No, I don't need to have a diagnosis. I'm just what I am. That's the person I am, and I will talk about another day about levels. That is a big thing for me. I don't particularly agree in levels in the way sometimes it's understood, and I know sometimes is necessary, but in the way sometimes it's understood, and I don't agree 100%, and I will talk about another day about that. What they say is that everyone is different. Some people have more strength in some things, and some people in other things. And what I would like people to understand is that either side is just as important. And when we ignoring one side is when we start going wrong, because everything is there for a reason. We have long-term memory and short-term memory for a reason. Okay? We should use both. So, what I was talking about the legal frame is that when I was talking with my brother, who have a very good short memory, or maybe more than short memory. That's why I think he's particularly smart, because I think it's more than short memory, because he can remember details from long time ago, and it's in very detail, in very little detail. Names,